Welcome, everybody. This is the week zero, so of course we're done with week number two, and then all of a sudden there no team, and there's 2 weeks gone. That means there's week zero. Let's advance and let's see. Let's see week number three and see what happens here. Let's see, first of all the scores. So the scores from week number two. West Virginia beat Buffalo 52-17. Kentucky beat Virginia by 22. Pitt beat Marshall by 8. Clemson by 36 over App State. Arkansas blew out Oklahoma State. North Carolina beat Charlotte. Western Michigan beat Cincinnati. Georgia beat Georgia Southern. Louisville over James Madison. Iowa State beat Iowa. Missouri beat Monroe. Alabama beat USF. Miami beat Northwestern. Ohio beat Syracuse. Oklahoma beat SMU. BYU by 10 over Air Force. Wisconsin by 2 over Ball State. Ball State, 2 losses by 5 points. Utah beat Colorado State by 8. Wyoming beat New Mexico State. Georgia State beat Kennesaw. UCLA over San Jose State. Nevada 0-3 in 2 weeks. One of those teams as they lose to Colorado 50-21. Texas beat Kansas State 30-9. That happened this morning. Texas State big over Rice. Auburn over UCF by 24. Texas Tech by 7. Rutgers beat Army by 50. Georgia Tech by a field goal. Michigan almost got upset by Toledo. Akron beat Michigan State. Ohio State number 1 beat Central Michigan. Temple over Navy. Notre Dame the first shutout, and they did it against Northern Illinois. NC State against Tennessee. Duke beating Vanderbilt. UNLV against New Mexico. UMass beat Eastern Michigan. Washington State beat Utah State. Minnesota beat Arkansas State. Penn State beat UConn. Virginia Tech beat Maryland. UAB beat Troy. Stanford beat Fresno. Tulsa beat Nebraska by 11. Florida by 3 over FAU. They survive. Houston beat UTEP. Miami over FIU, a big win coming back. Kent State 45-31 over AA. Ole Miss blows out Southern Miss. East Carolina, big win. USC beat Cal by 15. UTSA upset Kansas. They upset Kansas. Louisiana beat Louisiana Tech by 3. Illinois gets their first win. Well, the second win. Old Dominion by 3 over Western Kentucky. Florida State, a big win. They're 3-0. And Oregon beat Boise State by 12. They held on. And San Diego State, they might get ranked. So let's take a look. Actually, let me do something here. All right. I was thinking, I'll just do this and then. So anyway, let's take a look and let us advance the week. So here we go. All the games are done, and now we are going to go to the next one. The next game, and care less about things like this. All right. Deshaun Reynolds, ACC Offensive Player of the Week, 14 catches, 151, and 3 touchdowns. Let's take a look at first of all, the standings, the top 25. First poll is the media poll. Ohio State is number 1. They play Kent. Texas is number 2. They play at Texas State. Oregon number 3. They're at Stanford. Ole Miss at Louisiana Tech. They're 4. Louisiana Tech. Alabama is 5. Notre Dame is 6. They play Purdue. Number 7, Penn State. They don't move against Army. 8 is Clemson. So number 9, Michigan. They beat Toledo. They actually move up. Play Central Michigan. Missouri is 10th. They play Iowa State. That should be a good one. Georgia will play Georgia State. Florida State will play Florida Atlantic. LSU on a bye in Arizona. No, LSU was on a bye. They're at Louisiana. And Arizona's at Boise State. So that is this week. Utah and Utah State, a big rivalry there. Texas A&M will play UTEP. Louisville 42-38 over James Madison. They're off this week, but Louisville moves up. NC State moves up. They play Middle Tennessee. Oklahoma moves up 2, and they play Baylor. Auburn will play at Miami. That'll be a big game. Florida moves all the way up after beating Florida Atlantic. They play Florida International. Iowa State, they blew out Iowa, and now they play at Missouri. Probably our game of the week. Tennessee will play Memphis, in-state rivalry, as they got beat by NC State. That was big. Kentucky at Liberty, and Miami. They won big. They're 25th. They play Auburn, and the question is, let's see that game and how good they are. Conference standings. The ACC. There it is. The ACC. Penn State is number 1. They go 7th. Notre Dame in the American, the Illinois-Indiana Conference, they look very good. They are leading that one. Yeah, it's hard. Actually, no, it isn't. We just do this. The Big Ten, Ohio State and Michigan, they're 1-2. They're up there. Western Michigan is there. I mean, those two could play each other for the championship. Big Ten, that's the Virginia-Kentucky sort of division with Maryland in there. Virginia Tech, Kentucky is 24th. Louisville is 17th. The one division, you have Ole Miss and LSU in that one. That'll be a huge game. Iowa, these are all geographic. The other one, you have Missouri and Iowa State, and that'll be this week, a game of the week. No independence. The MAC, the one side of the MAC, the Georgia-Carolina one. You have Georgia Tech and Clemson doing well. On the other side, you have Wake Forest, who's 2-0, Duke, NC State, Tennessee is there. In the Florida-Alabama division, look at this, Auburn, Alabama, Florida State, and Florida. And then Miami. Those are really good teams, and they're up there. The old Pac-12, there you see San Diego State, Stanford, and Oregon. San Diego State has to win. They really do. The SEC, the one division, Texas is up. Texas and Texas A&M. That'll be a big one when they play. Texas A&M only played one game. And the other side, you have Oklahoma. Kansas is out. Oklahoma State has dropped out. And there we go. And the Sun Belt, which is the West, you have Utah, who's number 1, and everybody else is fighting. Colorado is 1-0, a big win there. And that was very big for them. And that's it. Taking a look at the big games for this week, we already showed it, the scores and the schedules. Hold on. The top 25, Texas and Texas State. Florida Atlantic at Florida State, Memphis at Tennessee, Louisiana at LSU. Central Florida at Alabama, that might be all right. Kent at Ohio State, Louisiana Tech at Ole Miss, NC State to Middle Tennessee State. Auburn and Miami, that'll be a good one, and we'll have that one. Army at Penn State, well, Penn State should be able to do well there. UTEP is 0-2. They play Texas A&M. Arizona at Boise State. Oregon at Stanford. Well, Stanford, let's see how they go. Georgia State at Georgia. Florida International at Florida. Utah hosts Utah State, Central Michigan and Michigan. Clemson at Georgia Tech, Purdue at Notre Dame. We'll have that game. Kentucky at Liberty. Number 24, Iowa State at Missouri. Baylor at Oklahoma. When you take a look at the top 25, again, media and coaches are a little different. Oregon is number 1 and Ohio State is number 2. Texas is 3, Alabama, Notre Dame, Ole Miss, Michigan, Penn State. LSU is 9. Florida State, Georgia, Clemson, Missouri 13th. 14 is Utah, 15 Arizona, 16 Texas A&M, Oklahoma 17, Iowa State, Louisville, Washington is 20. Auburn 21, Florida, NC State, Tennessee, and Miami. So Kansas drops down. Kansas, Iowa, and Oklahoma State. So there you see everybody else getting votes. Let's see the media. Let's see dropping out Kansas, Iowa, Oklahoma State. And, well, Arkansas, Colorado got 5 votes, but that's about it. When you take a look at this, we did this, the Players of the Week. Right now, defensive Van Fillinger for Utah. At 10 tackles, he had 5 sacks himself. Ken Kristen, 31 carries, 350 yards rushing. A 55-35 win for San Diego State. Those are the players. The Heisman Trophy and James Pierce Jr. for Tennessee, all of a sudden, totally different. Oh, everybody is different. You don't have that. You don't have Carson Beck in here at all. James Pierce Jr. He is doing well. Last game, he had 3 sacks and 15 tackles. Caleb Herring had 5 tackles and 1 sack. So the right ends, Tennessee's defense is good. They're hoping to get to the playoff. Jackson Arnold in a win versus SMU, 36-47, 429. 3 touchdowns, and there it is. Donovan Edwards had 145 rushing yards, and Jordan James at 156. So a lot of different Heisman Trophy people vying for the Heisman Trophy. All right, that's going to be it for us. That is this week number 2 recap, and week number 3 will start. Have a great day.